Hey YouTube, BR15155, what's going on? This particular video is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to talk about shooting, firearms, or computers. Talk a little bit about some current events. I guess by now you've probably seen that viral video story. The guy that was drug off of an airplane in Chicago because the airline, I guess, had overbooked the flight, and they had some airline personnel that they needed to get from Chicago down to Louisville, so they needed to get four people off the plane. Uh, when nobody bid at the incentives that the airline was offering to get off, they picked four people. Uh, this guy, I believe, he's a doctor, actually here locally, not too far from where I live. Uh, Refused, saying that he's a doctor, he has patients to see. He had to get back to Louisville. Well, anyway, he ended up getting forcibly removed from the plane, drug off. Of course, somebody, today's day and age, everybody's got a camera. They shot the video, went viral, caused outrage. United Airlines president stepped in it some more when he issued some kind of statement apologizing for having to reaccommodate a passenger. Then yada yada yada. One thing leads to another. United's got all kinds of, deservedly, in my opinion, bad press. Their stock market tanks. And then, lo and behold, all of a sudden, people start, well, who is this guy? Who is this doctor? And they find out, apparently he made some money on the World Poker Tour, or whatever the heck it's called. And they also found out that he had some legal issues in the past, had lost his medical license for a while. Basically just digging dirt on the guy. And and you start seeing these stories about the dirt on the guy that got drug off the plane about the same time you start seeing stories about United's stock price tanking. I mean, no, this hat is not lined with tinfoil, but, I got to think, there's got to be, I know correlation does not always equal causation, but it sure seems to me like the corporate media complex, United stock tanking, bad for business. We got to get the focus off of all the dumb shit stuff that United has done and handled this, and put it on this guy, which I think is completely unfair. If you watch that video, and the way he was treated, I mean, if that was your father, your grandfather, I mean, what would you think? Now I know, you can talk about United and their booking policies and their policies about overbooking flights. Listen, I get why airlines overlook flights. They have a mathematical model. They know that a certain number of seats are going to go on any given flight. They're going to have a certain number of no-shows, so they overbook their flights by that percentage, because every time an airplane takes off and flies somewhere with an empty seat, it's costing the airline a lot of money. And it's, in the airline industry, if you ever research it, you'd find out it's an industry that operates on a razor thin margin in the first place. Was there a better way for them to handle it? Oh, heck yeah. If they're going to overbook flights, fine, but be prepared when your mathematical model falls through and you actually have to boot people off flights. Be prepared, airlines. Pony up, and not, with vouchers for free flights or crap like that. Better be prepared to give people cash. Cost of doing business. Well, that's just my opinion. If you disagree, agree, disagree, whatever, comment. Like to see your thoughts. BR Tidwell 55. Thanks for watching.